This video is sponsored by Clark's Corvair parts. It's not liking it too much. Welcome to Seal Beam Rally Team. The last time we were on the Corvair engine, I had a very bad thing happen. The most corroded corner of the block has a very corroded stud, and the stud broke in half. So we're going to try and get that stud out today. Hopefully, this is a short video. I looked at a few different things that I could do to this to get it out, and I think the best option is going to be this inductive heater. So, got this off of Scamazon. Essentially, it just uses electrical current to heat up anything metal in front of it. Yeah, it's like a torch without a flame. Okay, we're good. Okay, so it's got an internal fan. So it does say that if you're wearing anything that is metal, or if you have a pacemaker or whatever, you don't want to use this because it will heat up anything metal. So we're going to try, be very careful with this. Oh crap, that thing heated up fast. So let me see if I can get that. I got it pretty hot there, but I want to get it hot again. Cycle it a little bit. I want to see if I can get it a little bit redder. I'm trying to do a little bit at a time. It's just marring the stud. Just trying to break that bond between the aluminum and the steel. It's quite a bond. Yeah, I think I may have exceeded the duty cycle on the heat gun here. Put new rings on this thing, new cylinders, and I don't want to get any more debris in this engine than is already in there, because it's already more than I'd like. Alright, you're still recording. So, my plan now is I'm going to put the inductive heater on, going to get it nice, hopefully cherry red, and then I want to tap this on with a hammer and give it a little bit of a turn. I want to see how it goes. I'm going to go for it. It's going a little bit. Dang it. Bad.
Twist off, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know what to do about that. I could be making this up, but I feel like I can see a difference in the metal between the stud and the block now.
I don't know if you could just spray that, pour a little water on the stud only and let it shrink.
I think that's as red as it gets.
Looking this way.
Alright, one more try tonight before we hang it up for the night. I'm going to try to heat this up again, cherry red, and quench it a little bit. Dad also got in here with a pick and got the edge cleaned up, so it looks like there might be a little material separation. Hopefully that helps. We're going to pull her off here. I want to get the nut a little warmer. Pull her off and quenchy quench. Not much above boiling now. Oh! It worked! Dad, it worked! Holy crap! It worked! Woo! Yeah! Oh my god! Woo! Alright, we're gonna throw some oil in this thing. I'm not kidding, this is totally real. That was my last thing before I was gonna go in for the night and watch a movie and eat ice cream and feel sorry for myself. So she just broke free. It just took a few different cycles of heat. So I could go hard here and just rip this thing out, but I don't want to rip out part of the crankcase with it. I want to make sure that only the stud comes out and I leave the crankcase as unmolested as possible. Now, a lot of people gave me some crap in the comments on the last video saying, oh, this engine block is all bad, it's trash. Well, every other stud on here looks good, and this is the only one with serious corrosion on it. So I wanted to save this crankcase, save this engine. So I'm just going to let this deep creep here creep deep like it does, and we'll let that get in there in the cracks and hopefully come back when it's got a little more oil in it, and that'll help lubricate the threads as it comes out so it doesn't catch anything. We're back after an hour or two. Hopefully this oil has had a chance to seep in here, so we're going to try to get this thing on and get the breaker bar back on, get this stud out cleanly without messing up any threads. Now this is a tapered thread in here because it is meant to tighten up as you tighten it in. So I'm hoping that it'll be pretty easy once we get it started here. It's moving pretty well. Smoothly, I'm not feeling any grit in there. Just want to work it back and forth real easy. Make sure that if there's any burr in the threads, that it'll kind of self-tap itself back to where it should be. So I'm going to throw some oil on there again. Tighten her back up on that oil. Get that in the threads. The threads actually look perfect. They look brand new to me. Look at that. Wow. Look at that beautiful thing. Holy crap. That is perfect. The threads in there look absolutely perfect. So happy about this. This is saving me hours and hours just getting this thing out clean. I didn't touch this engine for probably a month because I was so nervous about having to potentially helicoil this thing out or do some kind of other really gross thing that I didn't want to do. Honestly, the case looks really good aside from this one stud, and I think there must have been some kind of mouse nest in there or something that made that corrode so badly in that very corner. Now this is, I think, one of the most difficult bolts that I've ever had to extract. It came out perfectly. I mean, the threads look brand new. I think I'm going to be able to get a 3 thou over stud in that, put the head back on, and do everything the way it's supposed to be. So very happy with that. If you are having issues with bolts yourself, get an induction heater, learn how to use it, get that thing to expand and contract. It's so much better than a torch. You don't have to worry about burning stuff off as easily, and you know, if you have plastic stuff around it, it's not going to melt the plastic right away or start stuff on fire. If I would have had the induction heater with the Insight project, it would have, oh my god, would have saved me weeks. So thank you for watching. This has been a huge success for me, and I thank you for coming along with it, with me for it. And I especially thank my dad for being behind the camera as moral support and helping me film this thing, because having something stressful like this, it definitely helps to have someone else around. I thought I was done filming, but I guess not. I went on Clarkson, got 2 replacement studs. There is a 3 thou over and a 6 thou over for those kind of enlarged holes that you find when a stud has already been installed in the block. So I'm going to try the 3 thou over. I don't think it's very enlarged in there. Let's throw some Loctite on here and throw it in. Supposed to put 10 to 30 foot-pounds in here according to the Clark's instructions, so we'll run that up. Been pretty consistent pressure on the wrench so far. Feel like it's coming up a little bit. Got 2 threads left. 1. Remember the one I put on earlier was actually 1 thread left, so I'm going to back this off to 10. Okay, we're good. We're going to leave it there. I don't want to tempt fate or anything. There's been a lot of that in this project, and I don't like it. I think it's time to pop this head back on. I didn't do anything with it. I just took it off, so should be easy. Come on. Okay, there we go. Do you remember this stud when I took this head off? Here's a little shot of how this thing looked when I took this thing off. It was such a pain in the butt. It looks like there's some corrosion along the head stud inside the head here. And then this seems to be relatively clear. And then there might be some more corrosion in this thin part of the head. Well, my Evercraft torque wrench has been really inconsistent, and I have to kind of fiddle with it to get a consistent click out of it. Not something you want to happen during head bolts, so my dad brought up his for me to finish up with, and he says this is 50 years old, and he used this Craftsman torque wrench when he owned a Corvair in the 70s, so pretty cool to see that on a Corvair again. I got the head torqued up all the way. I double checked my torques and everything's up to 27. So I think I'm going to leave that here. Thank you for watching. Press on.